Greeting, friends, and welcome to the Make the Best Choice channel. I'm your host, Dan V. Today, we're going to talk about the three things, the three must-dos when you get a new Windows computer. Doesn't matter whether it's a renewed, used, whatever, or a brand new computer, whether it's new to you or not, these are the three things that must be done when you turn that computer on for the first time. And a lot of manufacturers and a lot of third-party sellers of renewed computers won't tell you these things. I'm going to today and give you lots of suggestions on how to get this done. First of all, a little bit about me. I've been using computers for, oh my God, I can't believe it, about 45 years. I've had personal computers in my life. That's a long story, maybe for another day. But I have enjoyed computers. I've programmed them. I've built them. I've repaired them. And so a lot of this is very natural for me. And I have this knowledge that I've gained through the years that I want to share with you. Some of it through experience. I'm going to share a story a bit later about what happened to me when I bought an Amazon renewed computer. Yes, it had malware on it. I'll share that story in just a second. But first, item number one, brand new computer, new to you computer, renewed, used, refurbished, whatever. First thing when you get that computer, when you turn it on, is you should run Windows updates. Now, if you're not sure how to do that, you really should know if you have a Windows computer, because updating the computer should happen a minimum of twice a month, even once a week is good to run Windows updates. If you don't know how to do that, it's something that you need to do, but a lot of people don't do. Then they wonder why their computer's running slowly, why it's having trouble. It could be because Windows hasn't been updated. So I've left in the notes below information and instructions on how to do Windows updates. It's not that difficult at all. Secondly, Windows Defender. Windows Defender. All right. Windows Defender is a built-in antivirus, anti-malware program that Windows has designed, that Microsoft has designed to go with its operating system. Now, nobody knows more about Windows than Microsoft. So I think it's great that they've offered this free product to us. We don't need to go out and buy Norton or PCmatic or any of these others, because the Microsoft's system of Windows Defender is really sufficient for most people. If you're a business and you need extra protection, okay. If you're the US government or you're, I don't know, Amazon, maybe you want a third-party software, but most of us don't need it. What Microsoft gives to us for free is completely sufficient. So I also have instructions in the notes below on how to run Windows Defender. And there's a couple of tricks to it. I prefer most of the time to run a full scan, not a quick scan. And the reason is this computer that I have here, my wonderful Lenovo, and I love Lenovo, best laptops made in my opinion. I have Dell here, I have HP, I have an Acer, and I like my Lenovo ThinkPad the best. Anyway, when I first got this machine from Amazon, as a renewed computer, so it had been used and refurbished. It was great, everything's fine. I updated it. I thought, maybe I should run, just to be sure, run Windows Defender, do a virus and malware scan. I ran it first as a quick scan. It's just pretty fast. And I thought, I don't know where this computer's been. I better run a full scan. So I ran this full scan, and guess what? I found two, not one, but two Trojans on my Amazon renewed Lenovo laptop. Oh my goodness, that was quite a surprise. But they were there. Now, Windows Defender found them, and it took care of them, quarantined them, and I didn't have to deal with them anymore. But it's a good thing I ran the full scan on Windows Defender, because those Trojans could have caused huge problems for me. A Trojan is something like a Trojan horse. You've heard the phrase Trojan horse. Inside this container of the Trojan horse is something that looks okay, that looks fine, looks like regular software, but actually it's going to unload a payload onto your computer that can really cause trouble. It can put scans on your keyboard, for example, to monitor your typing, all kinds of things it can do. So I'm very thankful that Windows Defender found those two Trojans, and then I dealt with them with Windows Defender's help, and the computer's been working fine to this day. So, number one, do Windows Update. Number two, Run Windows Defender. Do a check for viruses and malware. Number 3, with a new computer, you don't want to run that computer, new to you computer, brand new, or as I said, refurbished, renewed. You don't want to run in admin mode, administration mode, because that makes you vulnerable, makes your computer vulnerable to the bad guys, to the malware, to the viruses. You can add a layer of protection by running as a user, not in admin. Now, almost all computers come and you turn it on, you get it all set up, it's in admin mode. But what they don't tell you, what Microsoft and others don't tell you, the manufacturers don't tell you, is you need to create a separate user account for you and others who are going to use that computer. You keep the admin separate. It's only there for when you need to load on new software, or there's something that the system needs to do that requires a deep dive into part of the operating system. You may need to use the admin mode for that. But it stays aside and stays as a protective layer for you. So it's very important to set up a user, set up yourself as a user with your new to you computer. Now, also in the instruction sheet, you'll see below, I left a link for you to go and give details of how to go from admin mode to user mode and set up user accounts. A little too complicated for this video today, but there's lots of information on the internet, on YouTube, and I gave some instructions as well. So, again, let's review. What are you going to do when you get a new computer? First thing you're going to do is run Windows updates. You got to be connected to the internet, so you have to make sure you have internet available. It won't update without internet because that's where the updates are coming from Microsoft servers, way up there in the cloud, down to your computer. Secondly, run Windows Defender. Run it in full, do a full scan. I give details of that in the notes as well. And then you're good to go. And finally, set up that user account. Once you've done these 3 things, you're pretty much completely protected, easy for me to say, protected from the bad guys that want to get you most of the time through the internet. Thanks for watching the video. If it's been helpful, please like and subscribe. Appreciate that very much as I share these important ideas with you. God bless. Bye-bye.